Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the super lightweight division. Brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, Riot Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, and Unibet. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Steve Gray. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the red corner, he comes to the ring wearing blue, white, and silver, and weighed in officially at 143.11 pounds. Coming to us from Florencio Varela, Buenos Aires, Argentina, he brings a professional record consisting of 8 wins, 4 defeats, 3 of those 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miguel Angel Scaringi. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with blue and weighed in the same as his opponent, 143.11 pounds. Coming to us from Portsmouth, Hampshire, England, he brings a professional record of 16 wins, just 1 defeat, 12 of those 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Mark Chamberlain.
Get him off a cold break, take a step back, Sedigo break, and pass your chest, okay? Touch close, second guantes.
For this one, scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds in the super lightweight division. Portsmouth's Mark Chamberlain is itching to get going as he goes to the centre of the ring in that southpaw stance. And Scaringi from Buenos Aires in Argentina, we don't know much about him. And neither will Mark Chamberlain.
Yeah, Mark's just come out here. He's relaxed, having a look. You know, what I see what he's like. Firing a backhand to the body there, lovely shot. Interesting to see Mark now he's moved up to super lightweight.
Sometimes you see fighters do it and you think, why did it take so long for you to make that jump? But I guess they ask themselves the same question, don't they?
Yeah, I bet he's probably wanted to do it a couple of fights earlier. You never know, because he's a big lad for the weight. He's even big for super lightweight, so God knows how we're making lightweight. Lovely backhand.
Chamberlain looks to have gauged that distance early doors in this opening round. Looking very relaxed, very calm. Just trying to pick his shots.
Yeah, he's landed the backhand to the body a couple of times. Looks very switched on.
One of my first observations of Scaringi is the fact that he looks like he kind of falls into his attacks, and Chamberlain can really make a difference here if he counters well, can't he?
Yeah, it'll only be a matter of time before Mark will judge that distance, you know, make him fall in and counter him with a shot. And Mark carries power, so you don't want to be jumping in and landing onto one of them.
Well, on the build-up to that Josh Padley fight, he was on a 5 knockout winning streak. And 12 of those fights have come by way of knockouts, so he has got some heavy hands on him. But he's had a bit of time out the ring. Reset, go again. And I reckon he might fancy getting a few rounds in this evening.
Yeah, they've been itching to get back in there, but as a fighter, I think if you can get him out of there, you'll get him out of there, you know. But he's not rushing his work, sticking to his boxing.
Skaringi just trying to put the pressure on, but this is good boxing from Mark Chamberlain, who's using his feet well.
Yeah, Skaringi's wild. He's thrown a couple of wild shots, but he just needs to stay switched on, Mark.
Seconds up. Round 2.
Chamberlain straight out of that corner, taking the centre of the ring, showing his opponent, Skaringi of Argentina, that he wants to be in control of that centre. But again, a nice calm start to this round. And Skaringi just overreaching quite often and falling short with the attacks which he is trying to make, Zach.
Yeah, Mark only poked him with a jab, then he's come swinging back with a left hook. And there's a right hand over the top as well. Mark can see them coming. He's a clever fighter. It'll just be a matter of time before he times him with something.
Good straight left down there from Chamberlain. Really pushed his weight through that shot.
Yeah, he's just creeping forward there, Martin, and letting his hands go. Lovely body shot then at the end of the double jab backhand. Steve Gray having a word.
Skaringi got through with a right hand there. Messy one, but it got through. Just that tiny little reminder.
Yeah, you can see he's one of them fighters. He'll take anything he can. Scruffy shots, you know, he's not bothered. There's that backhand downstairs again. I was just going to say, where's that been?
Now right hand from Skaringi has got through a couple of times there, but
Yeah.
Chamberlain is...
I think Chamberlain's hurt him with a body shot there.
He landed a couple of heavy ones.
Yeah.
But still, the word for this fight so far is patient. He's not getting carried away.
No, we don't need to rush nothing, because that's when you're at risk of getting caught, especially if someone like Skaringi. Lovely backhand.
Nicely timed that from Chamberlain.
Lovely body shot again. Just getting a bit too close there, Mark.
While we just have this short break, Zach, what do you think the corner of Chamberlain were saying to him there in between that round? Because it's been a very calm start, hasn't it?
Yeah, they'll probably just want more of what he's doing. He can probably turn the screw at any time he wants. Whether, like you said before, does he want to get any rounds in or what? But I think if he put the pressure on here and put the boxing together a little bit more, he'd start to break down Scaringi. You can see that from then. He was getting rugged, Scaringi, throwing wild shots. But Mark just needs more of what he's doing. Keep that body work going down there as well. You can see he doesn't like that.
He works everything well off the jab, does Chamberlain. Throws it nicely and can almost follow any shot with it perfectly. And Scaring, he doesn't like being roughed up, even if it's just a little push back with the forearm. You can tell in his body language that that's not the type of fighter, not the sort of fighter that he is.
No, when Mark puts a double jab backhand there or any selection of shots, he tries to throw back desperately, you know, he must feel danger there. Mark pivoting to his right there, getting an angle on the shot was nice.
Nice shot downstairs there from Chamberlain.
Yeah, the bodywork seems to be bothering Scaringi a lot more. I keep going down there if I was Mark.
Frank Warren watching from ringside. We know how much time Frank's got for Chamberlain. Turkey Al Sheikh was another one who had showed his admiration for Chamberlain. And I know both of those will be keen for him to be in big and eventful fights again. Yeah. Because he's entertainment, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I'm surprised Turkey's not flew over himself for this one.
He might appear.
I hope he does. I'll be trying to get in his back pocket. Trying to push forward here now, Scaringi a bit more.
Chamberlain looks like he's just kind of worked Scaringi out now.
Yeah.
Those wild shots which were just sneaking through every now and again in the first couple of rounds, they're just missing almost every time now.
Yeah, you can see everything what's coming.
Good combination there from Chamberlain.
Yeah, he's giving himself distance after it as well. He'll probably start to put a second phase on that maybe. Lovely jab body. Yeah, but I believe Mark could turn the screw whenever he wants. He has got 8 rounds to do so, so you never know. He might put his foot on the gas towards the end of this round, maybe the next one, we'll see.
Chamberlain just trying to draw his man in, doing a good job of it. He's a good counter puncher. And there it is again. Look, lovely work there from Chamberlain.
Yeah, he's drawing the shots off him now.
Scaringi still a live opponent.
Yeah, I like the way Mark's not getting greedy though. That'd make it scruffy then because they could fall in, you know, it could end up getting caught. He's just picking what he needs to and that's it. Lovely boxing. Couple more feints would be nice to draw the shots out of him.
Nice straight left down there from Chamberlain. He's using his feet beautifully, is Chamberlain.
Yeah, just stepped out of range then with a 1-2. It was nice. That's where he'll catch him with the cleaner shots. Make him miss and make him pay.
Gotta say, Scaringi looks like he's well and truly run out of ideas here.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen him do anything new for quite some time.
No, I think he's a bit lost on what to do. I think it's because Mark's changing it up though. He'll have a push on the front foot, then he'll go to the counter punching. He's varying his boxing. Right now he's gone on the back foot, he'll probably look to draw some out of him, but no, he's gone through him with a double jab. See, Mark's changing it up.
Oh, really good backhand hook there, and his legs have gone a little bit of Scaringi. You can just see him trying to feel him out as he sits himself in the corner.
He'd be glad of it in that last 10 seconds anyway.
I'll tell you what, you hit the nail on the head, because if that had happened 40 seconds before, he could have really stepped on him and make him pay the price for it. But look, you keep saying in this fight, when Mark wants to put it on him, he'll put it on him. And that is just a prime example of it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely like that. Mark never hit him, he's seen his leg wobble and he didn't jump all over him because he knew he didn't need to yet. He'll wait for the opening again, he'll probably catch him again. Just being patient, clever boxing.
With Scaringi breathing very heavily there in that red corner. And he's made himself a relatively easy opponent to hit because he just seems to sit there for far too long, and Chamberlain is having his own way with him. And the shots he was getting through with aren't getting through as often, and Steve Gray has to give the corner a nudge to say get out of that corner because they were enjoying that sit down a bit too much.
Yeah, I think he'd have liked another minute sat there. Mark straight on the front foot here, popping that jab. Making it uncomfortable in there for Scaringi.
I tell you what, this is the best start that Scaringi's had in the fight.
Yeah, he might feel like he's got to have a bit of a push now because he got hurt at the back end of that round. Could be his downfall though, could walk onto something.
He does walk in with his, it looks like he walks in with his head down, almost hoping for the best at times.
Yeah, he's wild.
And they're solid shots, those from Chamberlain. They thud from just a couple of metres away.
Yeah, he landed a couple of good ones then, but fell in.
It's good work here from Chamberlain, who got through with a couple of straight left hands. And he's just roughing his man up here and making him feel incredibly uncomfortable. He would have worked out by now that he doesn't like that stuff.
I tell you what, he's a tough man, this guy Ringy, though. Keeps coming forward.
He is tough, and I tell you what, you've also got to admire his kind of relentlessness. He does still just keep pushing forward, doesn't he?
He does.
He's not having a lot of success.
Lovely 1-2. I tell you what, he's got a good 1-2, Mark, when he throws it straight down the pipe.
I'll tell you what, in between that round, I said that Scaringi makes himself incredibly easy to hit because he sits there, but he must have heard me because I've never seen him move so much. Good educated pressure from Chamberlain.
For the same.
Well, here we go then. Round 6. This one's scheduled for 8. He's certainly got some rounds in already. Some of that ring rust is gone. And the Scaringi corner are enthusiastically chucking instructions at him. I don't know what your Spanish is like, Zach.
Me speak no West English. He's down my
I'm
ear.
impressed.
I can't understand a word of it. They're very vocal, though. Suppose they're just trying to talk their fighter through the fight.
It's a wild uppercut there.
I think he shouted DOS.
I'll tell you what this fight is reminding me of. It's almost like when you see a less experienced kid come into a boxing gym and the trainer puts him in there with one of the most experienced fighters in there, and they just, take it easy on him. Can you see what I'm saying with that? Like,
yeah.
he just...
I know what you're saying, yeah. I think Mark's,
he's like playing with him at times, but respectfully almost.
Yeah, he's keeping his wits about him. He's staying switched on, but he's boxing within himself. He's probably just enjoying being back in there.
Well, an overreaching left hook did land on the face of Chamberlain.
His best work comes off his jab, Mark, definitely.
Thomas.
Scaringi coming forward and really having a go here.
Yeah, he's having a big push then, but he needs to be careful he don't walk onto something. Good jab there from Mark. Just staying clever here, Mark, not getting caught with anything stupid. Lovely.
Nice straight shots there from Chamberlain.
Yeah, he's playing with a range. Skyring, you don't know whether to throw or whether to not.
Good straight left hand to finish the round there from couple of rounds.
Definitely, I think you'll see 2 more rounds of that get a shutout win for Mark.
Here he comes to prove us wrong, Zach.
I hope he does.
Nice straight left down there.
Mark can hurt him. He hurt him earlier on, so you never know. But he's boxing well. Just stick to what he's doing. That's a lovely jab there. He's backed him into his own corner now.
Mark does so much well with that jab. He's really good at going backwards and landing it as his opponent comes forward. And these are good shots here as he just mixes it up in the corner. And a man from Buenos Aires just grabs hold of him, which is probably a wise thing to do.
Yeah, Mark threw a lovely looping left hand then off his jab.
Not sure if that is a knockdown. No, I was just waiting to see what Steve Gray's reaction was.
Yeah.
Kind of swung and missed and lost his
It was
balance.
a funny one because he landed a shot and then he swung and missed. Lovely backhand.
Good work there from Chamberlain.
Yeah,
3 or 4 shots upstairs and sunk that straight left hand into the body.
Yeah, he did. Landed a couple of nice shots there. Good again, good work off the jab. He's unpredictable, this Scaringi's swing shots from mad places. Mark's got to stay switched on, which he is doing.
But he's knocked 3 people out as Scaringi, and you can see where they've come from, can't you?
Yeah, down under.
Cricket bowls. But he's the sort of fighter you switch off just for a second and he just lets one of them go.
Yeah, Mark's a smart fighter. He knows he can't do that.
Scaringi really doesn't like it when he roughs him up like that, when he pushes him into the corner and makes his life difficult.
Tell you what, there's some thud to that backhand even when it lands on the gloves.
It really does. It vibrates at ringside. And here we see Chamberlain going through yet again another and cuddles afterwards. But it'll be good while it lasts.
It will be. There will sure be some heavy impact in that fight.
Here we go then, 8th and final round. Portsmouth's Mark Chamberlain has gone through the motions, gone up and down the gears when he's wished to. Scaringi is a tough man. He has come forwards. He's been hit with everything in the kitchen sink at times. He's been hurt, but he's still in there. And he's still swinging quite wildly as well.
Yeah, he is, but Mark's staying switched on. He's not been hit with anything stupid tonight. He's worked on stuff probably that they've come with in a game plan. And he's just stuck to his boxing, getting the job done.
Nice straight left hand from Chamberlain, timed perfectly well.
Yeah, he beat him to it. You could see Skyringer were trying to set up his own right hand, but Mark beat him to the shot. Lovely, same again.
Really solid body shots they are from Chamberlain. And Skyringer, fair play to him for having a go. He really has come forward and swung everything he's had. He's not been greatly successful with it, but he's certainly been in there, and he's made sure that Chamberlain knows he's there.
Lovely 1-2 from Mark.
It's bread and butter, that 1-2, isn't it?
Yeah, he puts them together well. He's got long levers.
Oh,
Lovely.
nice straight left hand again.
Yeah, there it was.
It's Chamberlain's straight shots, which are his best shots.
Yeah, and he throws the hooks to the body quite well off them too. Mature performance from Mark there. Nothing silly, stuck to his boxing.
He has been indeed. He's been good as Chamberlain. Really has controlled everything about this fight. The tempo, the momentum. When he's decided to turn it into a little bit of a fight himself, he's put his shots together well. He's got those rounds in that ring rust is rid of. And that is a very, very comfortable, surely, points decision for Mark Chamberlain.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that. Not much punishment for him there. Got the job done, and I'm sure there's some massive fights for Mark out there.
We're really starting to fill up here at the Co-op Live. And I'll tell you what, Zach, the atmosphere in here later will be electric.
Yeah, it will be, and what an arena it is. There's not a bad seat in the house.
Great venue for boxing. Really, really good. Well, Steve Gray is just getting the two fighters together. And Thomas Triber has the scores in his hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Steve Gray, scores the contest 80-72 for your winner, Mark Chamberlain.
Well, there isn't bundles more to say about that. Just a solid performance from Chamberlain. Hats off to Scott.
to him and anyone that gets in the ring. There's huge respect there, but I'm on my own journey again now and I want to get back to the top.
Congratulations.
Thank you.